All right, as we just stated, President Obama made what may have been his final State of the Union address last night. We'll have to wait and see. Joining us now is WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning, Patrick.
Early wake-up call for you. Thanks for coming in. That State of the Union address, to me, sounded more like a campaign speech versus a State of the Union. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. It's an election year, Patrick, and every president, when they give their State of the Union the year they're up for re-election, that's what they do. I thought it was very detailed. You had a laundry list of different ideas the president wanted to bring forward, and he was relentlessly focusing on the economy, on jobs, over and over, manufacturing. He talked about, he had Steve Jobs, the late Steve Jobs' wife, up in the balcony with Michelle Obama, and there was also basically no mention of his health care bill, no discussion really of the stimulus. I mean, some of the big things that happened here have become radioactive. Didn't talk about them.
There's always this big stalemate between Republicans and Democrats. The ideas on paper sound great, but then you turn the TV off rather, and you think, all right, everyone has all these great ideas, but nothing ever seems to get accomplished. At what stage are we now with the Republicans and Democrats maybe coming to some sort of compromise on anything?
I expect to see almost no compromise this year, Patrick, both because it's an election year, and
right.
Washington is about as partisan as it's been probably since before World War II. I mean, you are going to see this year, the one thing I expect to see is a deal on the payroll tax cut, extending that. Actually, Senator Reid from Rhode Island is on the group trying to hammer out a deal on that. Neither side wants taxes to go up on Americans, but that's really it, and that's sort of a make or break kind of thing. Other than that, I don't think we're going to see much of anything come out of this Congress. It's really going to be decided by the election where national policy goes next.
All right, you mentioned Senator Reid. What's the Rhode Island delegation's response to last night's speech?
You know, they were happy with it. It was funny, as I listened last night, I was exchanging emails with some of their aides, and there was something in this for almost all of them. For Senator Whitehouse, cracking down on China, that's been a big thing for him lately. For Congressman Langevin, worker retraining is an issue for him. For Congressman Cicilline, manufacturing. It was interesting, Senator Reid was the only one who criticized the president a little bit. He said there wasn't enough concrete about housing and the foreclosure crisis. That's a big issue for Senator Reid. He didn't think the president had much new to offer there, and he was a little disappointed in that.
All right, so what's next? I mean, we're what, 8-9 months away from the election?
Yeah.
Does anything get accomplished? Because now the focus, I'm sure, for the president after he does last night is trying to stay in that office, right?
Sure. I mean, theoretically, you know, the president, I'm sure, would be glad to see some bills come out of Congress, especially if he could call them bipartisan. Again, I kind of doubt we're going to see that happen. But this was aimed clearly. The White House expects to face Mitt Romney in the fall, although Newt Gingrich is surging. And you saw it with Mitch Daniels, who we just saw gave the response for the Indiana governor. The Republicans are trying to find a balance between these fairness issues, the 99% that have been coming up, while, you know, keeping to their main themes, which are reducing government spending, reducing the size of government. So I think Obama wanted to frame the debate last night, and we'll see if he was managed to do that successfully.
All right, we will wait and see. Thank you, Ted, for coming in this morning. You can catch Ted's work, as always, on our website, WPRI.com, and for more in-depth coverage of the State of the Union address, you can also visit our website, foxprovidence.com, as well.